guys, Towers to Dust here. I'm going to take you through a solo regain run. Cash is pretty low at 27k. My wallet limit is 700k after passive upgrades. I use my wallet to mainly for regain cash for 2 plates and medium bags. I don't really, not like an LTV player. I don't like to buy 3 plates. They're not at every buy, and they, after maybe season 5 or so, season 4, they were boosted all the way up to like something like 65 or 75k. So that'll take quite a dent out of your limit, your wallet, especially if you don't have the limit maxed out after passive upgrades. This is the highest. 700k is the highest wallet limit that you'll get if you don't spend any money on the game. Usually I'll come in with like 20k if I'm completely naked. That'll get you a 2-plate, a medium bag, a muni box, and I think a stack of 10 plates if you have the plate discount passive upgrade. I don't want to use all my cash right now, so I'm just going to come in with $1,000, and that'll get me started with plates at least. I'm going to try to just loot organically. My contraband stash is relatively full, but I don't like a lot of the weapons that are in here. Like, there's a sniper in here. Talked yesterday about my a couple days ago about I don't use snipers. I'm a controller player. You're at a severe disadvantage sniping against PC players that are at your skill level or even below your skill level, just because the input difference with mouse and key. They can line up shots a lot faster. They have a much easier time lining up headshots, especially on moving targets. You don't have aim assist when you're using a sniper platform on controller. So you really have to be well practiced to be effective with a sniper rifle. A lot of guys like to bring in a sniper for Mazra, and you should if you can use it if you're on PC. But again, I would not recommend sniping at all on a controller. You don't have the aim assist advantage. You're at a major disadvantage against other cross-platform players, and it's also just a lot more fun to run and gun with SMGs and ARs. I have a couple weapons here. I do have an insured slot open, so I'm gonna bring that in. I'm only gonna bring in one weapon to avoid the hand glitch. The hand glitch is what I call that glitch when you spawn in and either your primary or secondary is lost. You can alleviate that by getting a bag, finding a bot gun, stowing your weapon that you do have. I don't even know how to do it, honestly. I can't remember. I'm so bad at it. I think it's you stow the weapon that you have, you equip the weapon that you've stowed, and then you stow a bot gun on the floor, and then re-equip that, and that should bring back your lost weapon. But just to avoid that whole headache, I just bring in one weapon anyway. Plus, you get a movement speed bonus from using your fists. Especially as a solo player, naked, you're going to be moving it. You're going to need to be moving as fast as you possibly can. So you're putting shots on a guy. Maybe his buddy peeks around the corner, so now it's a 2v1. You switch to your fists and reposition, and you're going to do that a lot quicker than if you are just simply canceling your ADS and running with your weapon out. No matter what weapon it is, even if it's a handgun, you're going to be running with more movement speed with just your bare fists. So just to give you guys a peek at my contraband stash, a lot of the stuff is just stuff I've picked up from ground loot. Some of the stuff is from players. This is the chemist weapon. This is how I like to build out the chemist weapon. This one's missing a muzzle device on it. Usually I use the Komodo Heavy for ARs. It gives you horizontal recoil control, which is the hardest type of recoil to mitigate, no matter your input. But this is a really decent AR that you can find in every match. The chemist is always going to be there in some location. Very high rate of fire. The damage is not great anymore. They've obviously they're not updating the game, but the damage was debuffed a while ago, so not the greatest option, but it is very high rate of fire. It can function somewhat as an SMG because of that high fire rate, but you're not getting a lot of damage per round on this weapon. Same thing goes for the Advancer, but I think overall it's a better platform than the M13 Bravo. It has a lot more going for it, though I will say the irons on the M13 are really good. That's another reason I use this weapon. You save an attachment slot, you have a really good sight picture, and so let's see some of these other weapons. These are just, ground loot weapons. This is off a dead guy. The irons on the Hemlock are terrible. It's too cluttered. There's way too much going on. There's the rear sight blocks a lot of your periphery. It does have a nice front post, but it has these two post guards on the side, which can confuse you, especially in a high pressure situation. I'll go more into that later, but here's just a regular bot Kastov. I think I deleted the stockless option, but I didn't delete the mag option. So just some other, one of the glitches you'll run into on PS4 at least, probably on other platforms, is you can see this Kaiju's Blast it's a 4 attachment weapon, but you can't see what attachments it has on it, as opposed to this Kastov 74U, which you can see from the menu. So it takes me a little bit extra time to get my bag sorted out between matches. This is to the annoyance of your teammates that are questioning you. Why are you taking so long? It's like I have to open up every one of these weapons and see when I'm in contraband mode, see what attachments there are, if they're viable or not off the gate, or if I have to move and hit a buy off the rip or not. And it's always a good idea to communicate your loadout to your teammates, even if they don't tell you what they're using. They're going to have a better understanding of your playstyle, what type of engagements you're going to be strong at, what type of engagements you just simply cannot take, especially at the beginning of the match. So it just gives them a better tactical picture of future gunfights. I do have some SMGs in here, and I am an SMG and AR player, so I could put an SMG in this first slot, but I don't want to run into the hand glitch problem. So I'm just going to run this insured AR. If I die in this round, I'm not going to lose anything. I'm not going to lose much cash from my limited wallet. And I'm just going to play topside Moz here, try to go for the chemist, get his M13 Bravo, get his med plate, get his advanced UAV, get his gold skull to sell from my wallet. I'm going to try to go for the high-rise TAC 56. It's pretty much everybody knows about that weapon and where it is, but it's, from my understanding, it was for a mission. It's always in every game. They spawn in at the beginning of the game. It's a TAC 56 5 attachment TAC. It does have a holotherm on it, which I do not like. So, but that's immediately usable if you can bring that TAC to a buy station, delete that optic. You've got a pretty good weapon right there. It has a suppressor. It has the long barrel. It has a F-tac Ripper foregrip, and it has a 60-round mag. So right off the gate, you've got, in every round, if you've got nothing, you've at least got that TAC at high rise that you can work towards. There's also an SPX 80 next to it. Again, I'm not a sniper player, and it is not the best sniper, but it is a sniper, and you can start using it. You know, I would recommend, if you do pick that weapon up, it comes with I think, like an inappropriate sight on it. You can just delete that sight option. It'll give you a really good sight. The SPX 80 sight is a sight that a lot of snipers like to use on other guns. It's a very clean sight picture. But let's hop into it and let's see what we can get. If I'm doing a solo regain run and I'm not in a good spot to get Chemist or to get the high-rise TAC, you know, if I spawn on the north side of the map, basically, I'll try to go for a Koschei run. The Koschei entrances are only on the north side of the map, so if you spawn on the south side of the map, you're probably better off trying to go for a Chemist kill early on if you're doing a solo regain. So if you do spawn on the south side of the map, and maybe the Chemist is also on the north side of the map, or just in a bad spot for you, one thing I like to do if I think I'm gonna try to play for Kosch is I'll try to get a battery and a jumper cable set in my pocket to just make navigating Kosch a little bit easier with the buy station, with Alpha Cluster. If you want to open up the secure buy, you can get yourself specialty kill streaks and weapons. I have started training on the Riot Shield. I never thought I'd be a Riot Shield player, but it is fun. It's very challenging. It's a lot harder than it looks. A lot of guys that run the Riot Shield still do not use them appropriately. But even on your back, the Riot Shield is useful. It's a huge piece of armor. It's a bullet sponge on your back. So I was playing recently in Ashika with a couple buddies. They got down, and I had to attempt a 3v1 clutch, and I almost got that clutch just by using the Riot Shield on my back, putting shots on a guy, you know, throwing flashes, you know, hitting him, you know, and basically turning around, putting my back to him as I'm moving away, sliding, and he's unable to hit me through the shield. So I did fumble that clutch up, but the Riot Shield, you know, helped me to almost win that. And I didn't even have it. I didn't even have it in my hands. I had it on my back. You know. So you know, I do like to keep a stash of L2 cards for regains in Kosch. It's, you know, if you're running a small bag for a regain, bringing in a card, it is an option, but now you've only got 4 slots to work with. If you're using something If you're using an ammo eater like the Advancer, you're always going to want to keep a stack of AR in one of your slots, in addition to a fully topped off. You know, in addition to having your gun ammo fully topped off, you're going to want an additional stack of AR. You know, basically you get maybe 3 or 4 reloads, and then you're done. You have to pop a muni. That could get you killed. You're not always in a great position to pop a muni, especially if you're, you know, running and gunning. You're being chased down by more than one guy. You don't want to have to rely on your muni all the time, because that just takes time. And so having another stack of AR for ammo for a gun like the Advancer is just always a good idea, and that gets easier as you have a medium bag, a large bag, you know, stuff like that. So I think I will, since I have so many, and since I'm not going to be really losing much here, I think I will take in an L2 card. And the only glitch that I'll exploit in the game is the liquor glitch in Kosch. It's, you know, if you have a bottle of liquor, you put it in the dead drop, he gives you a note which you can sell multiple times. Sometimes it doesn't give you that much cash, but sometimes it does give you a whole bunch. So I'll do that in a situation like this where my wallet is nearly depleted, and I'll use the liquor glitch to re-up my wallet for cash for future regain runs. So I think I'll take in this card. It's a warn. You have 3 turns on every card. The card will, if you have a fresh card, it'll just read whatever the location is. You know, bike parking key, mountaintop spotter shack key used. That'll indicate that you have 2 turns left on it. And then warn is the indicator that you have only 1 turn left on it. So if it's like a key card like this and it doesn't have those indicators to the right, to the lower right of the key, you can get an idea of how many turns you have left on it, how many uses you have left. So this one is a full 3-turn card. This one is a 2-turn card, and the one I have equipped right now is Warn. It only has 1 use left. So why don't I take in a full turn card, you know, for this run? I'll have 2 more uses. Can use it again later. I can open up multiple, you know, restricted zones in Kosch. If I take in this card, I only have a small bag, so as soon as I open up an L2 zone with this card, the card is going to break and it's going to delete itself, and now I'm going to have that slot back. That's really critical in a game like DMZ, where it has an inventory system. Inventory management is very important. You'll see me do that a lot in game, reorganizing my bag all the time between fights. As a controller player, well, as any type of player, you're going to be this. You know, I'll go more into depth about this later, but everything starts from the left to the right. So whatever empty slot you have on the far left, let's say I have 2 items here. The next slot, that whatever you pick up, this is the slot that it's going to fall into, the leftmost slot. And as a controller player, as you're pulling up your backpack and, you know, equipping more tacticals, lethals, equipping a muni or whatever, you're going to pull up your backpack and it's going to start you on the far left. It's going to start you in your bag, if you have a bag. um, and you're gonna have to cycle right to get to whatever item that you want to use. So your high use items, you know, I'm a smoke and knives player, so if I have extra smokes or knives, I'm going to put them towards the left of the bag, and that will just decrease my bag time, and it will maximize the time that I have to react to, you know, incoming fire, to just to get my head up again. So these are just tricks and tips that you have to adopt as a controller player, to just be more efficient, and that will boost your effectiveness, your combat effectiveness. So I think for this run, I'm going to bring in an L2 card. So if I get a spawn on the north side of the map, I'll just run to Kosch, and I'll start regaining from there. If I get a spawn on the south side of the map, I may even ditch this card to just get more space for smokes, plates, you know, stuff like that. I may even ditch this card and then decide to go Kosch later, and I'll just have one extra slot open to use for a battery, a pair of jumper cables, you know, what have you. So let's hop into it. Let's get this regain run started, and thanks for tagging along, and I'll see if I have any missions to do. I really have everything, you know, I'm at 73% on the upgrades. I've done pretty much everything that's interesting. I don't like to play, I only play Al Mazrah these days. I don't like to play Vondel or Ashika. I feel like a lot of the cheaters kind of gravitate towards those maps, a lot of the exploiters, under the map glitchers, things like that. So it's displeasurable to play those maps and just to get, you know, stomped on by cheaters and exploiters. So I really do want to, you know, complete this mission, to complete this passive upgrade, to reduce my third insured cooldown slot time, but I don't think it's worth it, honestly, to spend that much more time in Ashika with cheaters and exploiters. I've got all of these done. I'm not an RGL player, so I don't care about this passive upgrade. I also I'm still trying to get better. I'm always trying to improve my PvP skills, but I have not spent a lot of time in building 21. I don't know the map. That map is also, for me, it's displeasurable because it's a lot of tight corners, tight spaces. A lot of people have just figured out that the way to run that map is just through explosives, through RPGs, that kind of stuff. RGLs, if you have an RGL in that map, it's game over. For the other guys, I don't like to get exploded, so I don't like to run B21, and I just don't like to use weapons like the RGL, the one-shot shotgun, stuff like that. That is just not my playstyle. I don't enjoy that. I have all of this done. I've not spent any money on the game. Not bought Modern Warfare 2. You should be getting, you know, if you have this fully upgraded, you should be getting 5 plates. But the game is glitched. You only get that one extra plate, so you have your full stack of 3 plates in your plate slot, and you have one plate in your bag when you spawn in. You are missing that 5th plate. So the last stage of this upgrade is actually it's not even worth doing, because you never get that 5th plate. So just go for the first 2 stages. Don't even waste your time with that third stage if you don't have it done. Um, a lot of the stuff I've done, the only one that's kind of interesting is the SAM site duration upgrade. I don't really, I don't, I don't use SAM sites unless I'm trying to maybe defend myself from a heavy chopper team, unless I'm trying to shoot down a loadout, a supply drop, something like that, or unless I'm doing a mission for SAM site captures. So if I do a Kosch run, these are actually you'll find all this stuff in Kosch at a high volume. So I'll try to remember if I go into Kosch to pick up some acetone, some rad blockers, one more gun oil, and some more toothpaste. But typically, if you're running solo in Kosch and you're coming in naked, you need every bag slot you have for utility items, for armor plates, for that kind of stuff. So you're not really in mission mode when you're down there in that state. But if you do find a medium or a large bag and there's nobody else in Kosch with you, you don't have to worry about defending yourself from other teams. That's when you want to start grabbing those mission upgrade items. But that's not my priority right now. My priority is to get a 3-plate on this guy, to get a backpack, and the next time, if I want to go in for that specific purpose of doing mission upgrades with a upgraded bag, then I can think about doing that. But yeah, let's just go. Let's hop into it. Oh, I forgot to quit missions. Always good just to have something to do. Some kind of direction. These are not interesting. I would recommend doing the weeklies and the daily missions, to getting them unlocked. That's one thing I do want to do for the Shadow Company. I want to unlock the weekly missions just to have something to go for, in between PvP runs. But let's see if I can find the 10 encrypted hard drives from B21. So again, that's on a map I do not like to play. So I don't know if I'll ever get that done, but if I get some demons on my team sometime, I can go for a B21. Who knows? But let's just equip one of these things and let's get in there. Oh, you know what? What I'm gonna do to save a bag slot, I don't want to waste, one of the remaining 4 slots I have with a stack of AR for an ammo eater. I'm going to take in a cast-off 74U. I learned this from S2 King. The cast-off 74U can, because of the weapon type, let's see if I can get it to load in here so you can get a better picture of it. Game is so glitchy, it'll never load in. But let's see if I can back out. Maybe no. All right. Anyway, the cast-off 74U can also double. It's kind of a hybrid between an SMG and an AR. So that's a good single weapon to bring in. It has a little bit of the close range punchiness of an SMG. The fire rate is not great, but you can also reach out and touch someone as an AR as well. So if you're just running a single weapon and your bare hands in the other slot, the cast off is a really good option. I've really kind of min-maxed this thing, tuned this thing out to the max. So every every attachment I have that's tunable, I have tuned. I'll show you the tuning here. You know, obviously you're going to need the biggest mag possible, 45 round mag. I think it's always worth it to bring in the armor piercing attachment on ARs for wall bang ability. Let's see the tuning on here. I've got plus 0.36 grams on the damage range, and the x-axis is nil. Best way to I'll do a more in-depth kind of tuning guide later, but you want to take a look at this graph in the center and use that to kind of stop yourself from going into the diminishing returns problem. You don't want to, if I bump up the damage range more, I'll get, you know, I won't get much more damage range, but I will get even more reduced recoil smoothness, and you don't want to get into a problem like that. I've got the Lock Grip Precision 40 underbarrel attachment, the foregrip. That's going to give you better. It's going to give you better recoil in general, ADS, and it's also going to give you hip fire accuracy, which is going to be important as you're using a weapon as a close range weapon like an SMG. It's going to also give you aim walking steadiness. This will reduce the bounciness of your front sight post when you're strafing left and right. You always do need to be moving when you're playing on controller or, you know, mouse and key, but on controller especially, you need to be engaging that rotational aim assist to keep your shots on target. You do get slightly reduced ADS time with this attachment. We've got the Sack and Tread 40 muzzle device. That's going to give us vertical and horizontal recoil control. X-axis again on this one is nil, but I do have it boosted towards recoil stabilization at plus 0.31 ounces. And finally, I've got the FSS OLE5 laser. That's going to help compensate for the ADS reduction, the ADS debuff that we're getting from the foregrip and the muzzle device, and that is essential on any SMG or AR, but it's going to be, you know, in this weapon's case, it's even more so. You have to be getting your iron sights up to be able to get accurate shots on target, and this is just even more important in a hybrid weapon that you're going to be using as a close range support as an SMG as well. It's also going to help you at range. The faster you can get your sights up on target, the faster you can get accurate shots on target, and that matters at any range. So the tuning for the laser is going to be on the y-axis is going to be towards the sprint to fire speed at negative 0.27 ounces, and the x-axis is going to be tuned towards ADS, and that's going to be negative 13.6 feet. With this particular weapon, I've found that's really the maximum that you're going to be able to get before you start getting into that diminishing returns problem. You know, if you slam it all the way left on the x-axis, you're going to get faster ADS time, but you're going to be sacrificing way too much aiming idle stability. That's your front sight post kind of floating around at all times when you're not firing, and from what I understand, when you're firing too. But that may not be the case. You know, aiming idle stability might actually be word for word what it is. It might literally be just when you have when you're in full ADS and that front sight post floating around. But just to be on the safe side, I'm going to tune it towards I'm going to not slam my. I'm not going to slam it on for ADS speed because I think that I just at least believe that I'm still losing a lot when I'm firing. Um, uh, so, and the drawback to the lasers is your laser is visible, whether it be a type of laser that is only on in when you're carrying it at your hip, or if it's in the case of the OLE5 when you're ADS'd. I'm playing on a PS4. I don't, the lasers, at least for me, do not render in that well. The only time I really ever see lasers is when my teammates are using lasers um, or what have you. I think your teammates' lasers kind of render in a little bit better, but in broad daylight in Al Mazrah, in the sunny skies of Al Mazrah, you're not giving away your position too much. Maybe in a building, maybe through smoke, a laser will come back to bite you, but I think even in those situations, the benefits you get from a laser outweigh the disadvantages. So there's not much of a trade-off in my opinion. But to I'd have to play with, I'd have to do more extensive testing, but that's the build for the 74U, the solo regain weapon of choice. Um, I find that this thing hits pretty hard, and you never really run into an ammo problem because of its fire rate. A lot of the bots that you're killing are going to be dropping, small stacks of AR. So as you're killing bots, cycling through them, moving around on the map, you're never really going to run into an ammo problem with this weapon. That's another benefit of one of my favorite ARs, the TAC-56. I never find myself running out of ammo with that weapon because of its slower rate of fire comparatively to to an advancer. I also start from my longest cooldown down, and the reason I do that is you're just maximizing your efficiency. If you have a weapon on cooldown, it's actually already working for you. It's already working to come back for you. I used to start from the left to the right, from my quickest cooldown to my longest cooldown, thinking that well, this thing, if I lose it, this thing will come up, a little bit quicker. At least I'll get this quicker. But I think if you move from your highest cooldown to your lowest cooldown, that's gonna actually be more efficient, because you're always going to have your low cooldown weapon is going to be there quicker. So if you move from the left to the right, from your low cooldown to your high cooldown, you're actually going to be spending more time waiting for a weapon to come up. If let's say that these two slots are on cooldown and I only have my first slot on cooldown. So if I go in, I get killed. Now all three of my slots are on cooldown, and I didn't make any progress towards reducing the cooldown of these other two. So now I have to start dipping into the contraband. And if you're not using a weapon that you're familiar with, that you're good at using, your chances of making it out alive are even further reduced. So I would recommend players to play from your highest cooldown to your lowest cooldown for simply for efficiency. You're going to have at least one slot open if you do that more often than if you play from low cooldown to high cooldown. Okay, I've been yapping too much, so let's just do it. Let's get in there. Let's see what we can get into. I'm going to keep myself on party only to talk to you guys. I'm going to try to dictate what I'm thinking and what I'm doing. Let's see if we can restart this to try to get ourselves a slightly lower ping server. But it's not going to give it to me because it's just too late at night. As I load into the game, I'm going to open up my master game volume back to 100. So I apologize if my voice is probably going to come in pretty low and you are going to get blasted by the game sound. I do apologize that I'm streaming from a PS4. I do not know how to alleviate that for you guys, but again, just be aware when I get in game, it's going to get loud and you're going to have a harder time hearing me. Guys, we're loading in, and we're going to figure out where we're spawning in just a moment. I'm hoping I get a spawn on the north side of the map, you know, but we'll see.
Welcome to Al Mazrah. Explore, secure intel, and loot to gain access to new missions. Enemy threat is high, so expect contact.
So, in case you don't know, we have a team spawning over here. A lot of guys like to glitch out in the ship to the center of the map. I'm gonna check.
Enemy moving here.
These, the interior of the ship for a 2-plate. Secondary now. Got a scuba. Check these for a selfie. Got a res pistol. See there, I just did some inventory management. I could try to make a run up the gullet here with a boat. But I think I want to actually try to find a set of cables and batteries for a coach run. Next, I'm going to look for a selfie in hospital. I got a pair of cables here. Got another res pistol. Might actually keep that because, and this is something you can do to, you're going to keep your res items to the left, like if you have a selfie or something like that, you're going to keep that here, just to make it quicker to equip. That'll save your life. Alright, not getting any 2 plates or anything. I'm going to move up here. See if I can get any more plates. Maybe a lucky selfie, something like that. Always a couple lockers back here. Large bag, that's huge. That is huge. Now Now, since I have the large bag now, I'm actually going to pop my Uni, and I'm going to stow that extra smoke, get 2 smokes from my empty slots from stowing that. And that's good. And now I'm going to move to... actually, I've got a couple more things to check up here. I could even start going for to build a med plate if I wanted. I haven't heard any bot shots over there towards those guys, towards that spawn. They spawn
Moving here
right about there-ish, and I haven't heard anything over there. So I'm gonna actually and start looking for a selfie in this hospital. Another res pistol. I don't know if I could. Ah, here we go. That's what I needed right there. And since we're here, we'll just. And I got another. Alright, not bad. I'm gonna trade the. So now I've got 3 self-revives. If my first selfie goes down, I'll have my res pistol to use.
Field upgrade here!
And I'll have another selfie. And the reason I'm not going to pick this back up is because I'm already... you know what? I think I will, actually. I think I'll take that. I think I'm not going to have a problem cycling through bots here. I do have a lot of rad blockers here. I could move for chemist, but yeah. See, that just popped
Vehicle
up.
marked
team right there. That's a popular little zone right here. So as a solo, I don't think I'm going to survive too long in there. I'm going to move over here.
Moving here.
The battery. Killing the bots with my knife to save ammo. Accidentally picked up a light bulb. And let's see if we get a T-plate. Yes, we can. Alright, we're good to go. We're gonna take this bike out, and we're gonna go to
moving here.
Oasis. That seems like the safest bet from where we're at the moment. And it's gonna be really loud here, so I do apologize.
Ultra One, you've got hostile reinforcements incoming.
was PvPing, I'd open up the map and see where that spawn or where that plea popped up, and I'm jumping in to the rooms, trying to clear myself, trying to clear these corners. Nobody's been here yet. In case you don't know, sometimes your lethals and tacticals will glitch out when you load into Kosch, so it's always a good idea to. There we go. I'm gonna. DDoS. DDoS is very useful in Kosch. As I'm holding Kosch, I like to look down here. ADS. Good. I'll take this corner. And we're loading in. So one thing that a lot of guys like to do is they'll open up the report menu to see if anybody's loaded into Kosch with them. And I don't like to do that because one thing a lot of guys like to do is they like to open up the report menu as they're loading into Kosch to see if anybody else is down here with you, and I don't like to do that because I like to play as if there's always, I believe it's 3 other teams, I believe 4 teams possible will spawn into Kosch, and I just like to play as if there's always somebody, you know, breathing down my neck, and it just makes it more fun. If I was down here solo, you could let your guard down, you could play
Ultra One, we've lost signal on your location.
A lot more lazily, and I forgot to stow my throwing knives. So, and I did lose my throwing knives here, so I'll have to find another lethal to use. Oh, look at that. I got lucky. Throwing knives are very useful, but in this kind of scenario, you're going to be facing tier 2 and 3 bots a lot, and the tier 3 bots take 2 throwing knife hits to go down. So you sometimes are, you know, you're sometimes better off playing with other lethals. And because I'm in gas, the gas spawn for Kosch, I'm going to start running stims, and then when I get through the gas section, I'm going to switch to a different lethal, like a flash, a shock stick, something like that. Scientist notes server tape orange and chlorine for the secure buy. Scientist notes server tape orange and chlorine. So I know I'll have to go into Alpha Cluster here. So this pair of batteries and jumper cables is going to come in handy. Scientist notes and chlorine. The chlorine I can probably find going through this gas section. And the scientist notes I may find here, but I also will have to loot elsewhere for those. So just to make myself a little bit quicker running through this gas, I'm going to stow one of my weapons. I'm going to have my fists out, and I'm going to switch this door. And I'm going to start looking. Oops. Did not mean to do that. And I have a bit of an upgraded Vazzy now. Let's see. 2 of these doors are always going to be broken in the first gas chamber, so don't even bother. Sit for tempered. Alright, and I've clear these first 2 rooms, so I'm just going to open doors. You cannot get out of here until you close the doors with the gas. And that's, I don't even have to bother with that one. Go ahead and equip my secondary. I'm going to make sure you have at least 1 slot open to grab these nods when they spawn in as ground loot, otherwise it will glitch out, will not let you pick up the nods and switch out for... Alright, that's good. I'm going to open up this left door. There's not a sentry in this one, but there will be in the last one. But I'm going to use this right door for cover as I take out these bots. Suicide bomber will come up shortly. He'll run right at you. So just play this hallway in this open space for that suicide bomber, and then you can move back in. Close that door, reuse it for cover. I'm not seeing any bots here immediately. Do a jump peek on that guy. Try to preserve this scuba mask, so I'm going to switch out for it. I do know I need keys for the secret entrance to the backside of factory admin, where the buy station is, so I need to open up these closed doors.
Ultra One, be advised, threats are moving. Ultra One, you've got hostile reinforcements incoming.
And I got first key. Alright, found my chlorine. Let's see. You need cash. Selfie box. If I want to get a ride shield or any kill streaks.
Ultra One, there's increased enemy activity in the area. Expect contact.
Go for my passive upgrade, but as you can see, I've got a full bag already. Could drop my L2 card for it, but I don't know if there's other players in here. I don't know if I need an escape route. I'm going to open up these doors slowly to reduce the sound.
Ultra One, activity is increasing near your location. Stay alert.
Full reload in. Sentry's on my right here. Grab a gas mask, slide in. Not seeing yeah, I have a guy to my left here. I'm gonna take out this guy. Reload in. Wrap left. Go. Now I don't have to worry about that. Sentry turret. I do have a couple more masks here, so I'm gonna take a little bit of time. Got my mask. last key I need is going to be in here. So I'm going to work for this room first. Let's see if I can find this last. Let's see, I'm going to come out here, drop these guys, so they're not going to be trapped in the gas. Start closing this door. I still have a little bit of time. And I'm going to use my stem here. And I've got everything I need now to get out of here. So I'm going to start working on these doors. See if I can get a full... That's a little bit better.
Ultra One, be advised. Hostile active. Ultra One, you've got hostile reinforcements incoming.
Or ammo I can get, and I'm actually gonna run back through here real quick, just get a mask, get a shock stick. Now I'm in a better position to fight anybody that might be down here with me. So I've got my self-res kits. I've got my res items to my left. I need to equip those quick. I'm gonna switch out for... I'm gonna do some inventory management. Now I've got my nods here. So again, when you open up your backpack, you're gonna start with... the selector is actually not anywhere. Oh yeah, so it does start in your backpack. So I'm just moving it to the right, and it does start in that backpack slot. So it goes from your backpack, and then you can move down to the right or left. You can move immediately to the right. So as you can see, if I have my self-res kits all the way over here on the right, which PC players like to do because it's right above your self-kit item, it's just easier visually for them. But if you're on controller, you want to have your immediate use items in these first slots here. You're always going to open up the bag, and it's going to start from the left. So that's why I have my self-res kit and my nods right here. Let's move back a little farther, see if I can maybe grab some... Mollies are a good choice in Kosch for area denial. A lot of tight spaces. Alright, I'm not going to waste too much more time back here, so... keep moving up. Now I'm going to move into factory admin. Dump these items I know I'll need for the secure buy open into the dead drop. That'll free up a lot of bag space for me. Buy some plates. Move over to Alpha Cluster. Always check these military crates for AP rounds when you're in Kosch. Durable for the future. Thermites are really good in Kosch.
Lethal's here!
For ride shield bots, I don't think you really need to be using smokes down here. A lot of guys are running thermals and stuff anyway, so they're going to be able to see you. It's definitely viable. Can help you make a push around a corner or whatever, but I think other tacticals are going to be a little bit better for you. I know there's a bot directly on the other side of the store. I can hear him, but I've also played in I wouldn't, you know, you don't want to bust through a door here to alert that bot. If there's players on the other side, they might see that bot become aggroed, and now they're going to have an idea of where you are. So I'm going to walk up here. Okay, and so now, perfect, I've got 2 stuns to work with. I'm going to immediately go for the buy. After I look here for liquor. Perfect. Alright, so and I'm just kind of slowly opening these doors. Oh, I did not mean to bust through there. Quickly check here. Nobody's here. Close these doors to dissuade the bots from coming in. Close these doors just as an added layer of security for yourself. So, scientist knows how to orange chlorine.
This drop is open for business.
Oh, scientist knows, not employee handbook. Okay, I'm gonna upgrade to a
Never know what's up in the shadows around here.
I'm gonna go ahead and
That's your common gear and equipment.
sell the rest of this stuff to free up bag space. I'm gonna drop these so I don't accidentally sell them. I'm gonna get rid of this so nobody else uses it against me. I'm gonna dead drop the liquor, get the note, and to sell all. I got a decent amount of cash from that. So what I'm gonna do with that is I'm gonna buy Muni, a bunch of plates. I'm gonna get my cables. I know I still have to go to Alpha Cluster, so I need scientist notes to serve to the orange. Sometimes the scientist notes are going to be up here, directly above you.
No.
You can hear him to the right. Armor box. I'm gonna go ahead and stow that. That's compressed plates there. That's gonna save you bag space. All right. I'm gonna check these weapons lockers for some better contraband attack. Alright. Not a great tack, but it is a tack.
Good shit, the man.
If that was a Joker, I might have stowed that. And you know, just to free up some more bag space, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna close all my doors behind me, and I'm gonna clear these bots out. Use a stun for this guy.
threats are moving into the area.
I'm gonna go for maybe a throwing knife finish on this. No, I'm not. Too far away. I'm gonna attack sprint to get out of that reload. And plate up.
Ultra One, activity has increased in the area. Keep your eyes open.
I don't know if this actually works, but I'm gonna drop my stowed. Drop my stowed plates. That will refill my stowed plates. And I think you might. You might actually get more plates out of that. You get 10 minutes on the clock. Not sure where that bot shot came from. Holy crap. Left and right, trying to engage that rotational aim assist for those guys.
I need mid-caliber rounds.
That are
LMG marked. Cancel that. Cancel that. Got armor here. Cancel that.
trying to give you
Assault rifle here.
that are, looks like to be like 30 meters away. Okay. Not doing great on AR ammo. This looks like 30, yeah. Got a second muni. I think I'll go ahead and stow that. I'm gonna move in for the defuse here just to make my exfil that much easier for myself. Let's see what this lock. That's a 40 round Lockman. I think the attack is still better than the 30 round. Because you can always. Alright. God. Let's see if I can.
Ultra One, be advised.
So
Hostile
right
active.
there.
Ultra One, you've got hostile reinforcements incoming.
You can miss entirely that trip. Oh, there was another team back here. Very interesting. I'm in a good spot. Scientist note, server tape orange. Do I still want to go for a ride shield? Let's do it.
Ultra One, there's increased enemy activity. Ultra One, you've got hostile reinforcements incoming.
I'm gonna check this other spawn down here to East 95 to look for those scientist notes. Oh my god. Did not see that bot at all. I'm not gonna worry about that guy. Looks like they did not come through here. A lot of players do not close doors behind them. So I'm going to. Alright, the bell is good. That's better than that ground load. Vazzy, the bell's probably overall better than the Vaznet anyway. anyway, but it was definitely better than the one I was carrying. I do still need liquid nitrogen for a riot shield build. I don't know if I'll get it. I don't have a lot of time left. And I need delta boards for the riot shield as well. I'm not going to close that door because there's nobody back there to see that. Only got 5 minutes. I'm going to get my nitro and delta boards, so I'm just gonna call this a W and get out of here. That work we did to clear. Sounds like there's maybe some more bots down here. That work we did earlier. It's a jump peak right there. You're gonna attack, sprint, jump, and then turn 90 degrees. What that does is it gives you peeker's advantage, and if there was somebody there, I'd be able to put shots on them, and you're probably going to get your shots off quicker than they're going to get the shots on you. That was an intended movement on your part, so you know you're about to engage. That guy is on the back foot there. We're just gonna make it out alive. When you're idle, when you're waiting for your teammates to get towards a vehicle to buy plates and armor or whatever, keep yourself moving. You want to always be doing something, working on your actions per minute, your APM.
Actual to Ultra One, winds are picking up in the AO. Advise you get to extraction before radiation moves in.
I'm just behaving as if there's a team.
Ultra One, be advised. Hostile activity. Ultra One, you've got hostile reinforcements incoming.
Sorry, getting it loud here. Turn down
All
your volume.
Ultra, communications re-secured. Work down there.
Made it out with strong arm. Bunch of cash, a couple contraband, a selfie, a large bag, and that's a W. That's a really good regain run. I think Kosch is the best place to regain. You often don't have. I mean, you only have, 3 other teams, I believe, to deal with down there, and so you're not fighting against like almost 70 other people, topside Moz for a regain. Just a little bit safer as a solo. If you know your way around, you can be really efficient. You can get some really good contraband down there. As you saw, I got a Vel with a 50-round mag on it, which is my preferred option for that slot. I think on the Vel, the 60-round mag is just slightly too big. It's going to slow down your movement. If your Vel is your only if your Vel is your only weapon, a 60-round mag is a good choice, but I think you only really need 50 rounds on the Vel. But we got it there with TAC, one of my favorite ARs. We got out there with a Vel with a muzzle device, a 50-round mag, which is preferable, and an optic, which you do not need on the Vel. The Vel has very, very good iron sights. So when I take that in next time, I'm going to go to a workbench and I'm going to delete that, and now you've got 3 slots open, that you can put any other attachments on. But just that by itself, just with the deleted optic, just with the muzzle device and the 50 round mag, that's a really good weapon. You can definitely use that to co-players with, just as a 2 attachment weapon. The Vel is that strong. We still have our insured. I'm just gonna fix my tacticals and lethals back to my preferred loadout. I'm gonna leave this here in case I want to do another solo run. You might want to take that in as you choose another field upgrade. The res pistol is not an option in here. You can only get that in match, so you have to delete it. It'll be gone forever. So unless you have a game plan in mind, just keep that res pistol on hand. Maybe you're loading in with a couple other naked teammates. You can bring that in for a bootleg selfie for one of them. More often than not, you're probably going to get more utility out of bringing in a muni box, out of bringing in AP rounds, out of bringing in an armor box. But just in case you don't know exactly what you want to do, just keep it there until you do. You just have that option with you. I've got almost 150K in my wallet now, so that was a good run. The tempered plate is a really good plate carrier. The tempered plate is maybe the most misunderstood plate carrier, and I'll go more into depth about it later. But it's in my top 2. I like to run the med plate, the medic vest, or the tempered plate. And if I have the option, if I have a large bag on me, and I find one or I'm able to build one, I'll keep a stealth plate in pocket in one of my first slots here to cycle to in case somebody pops a UV, in case you have to fight under a UAV tower, in case you're running solo and you get run up on by a team, by a bloodthirsty team. There's the stealth plate will negate the comms vest, and ground radars, ground UVs, portable radars, stuff like that. As far as I'm aware, it negates everything, except for like a spotter scope or something like that. But that's it. I'm gonna call that. That's gonna be the end of this one. So thanks for tagging along, guys. I appreciate you, and I hope you learned something here. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.